Welcome to the world of Volaria. Let us explore its myths and legends together. Roughly 600 years ago, in the time frame now referred to as the Age of Unification, the known world was one large landmass encircled by the endless sea. Ruled by the most powerful mages in their Tower Eternal, the people prospered and celebrated the height of their magical prowess. Like all rulers, the Tower Eternal feared to lose what they had. They convinced the world that the 5 Titans, beings of immense power, were a danger to all and should be locked away. In a hidden spot of the Feywild, they built the Vault of Oblivion and successfully sealed the Titans away with only 6 keys to the vault placed in capable hands. But the world was deceived. The mages had their eyes on another target, a baby, born with innate and uncontrollable abilities to counteract magic. It was foretold that the child's power would grow until it consumed the entire land, and without magic in the world, the mages would lose all sense of power. The banishing of the Titans was merely a test for their real goal, to banish the baby. Once they locked the child away, the people of the world divided and war began. It culminated in a fierce battle at the footsteps of the Tower Eternal itself. On one side, mages wielding arcane energy fired upon their enemies, while the other side was led by the divine clerics. They infiltrated the tower, where they were met with the mages' last fatal mistake. Fearing an escalated arms race, the arcane mages collected all items of power they could find and stored them behind their tower walls. During the fight, one of the items was destroyed, which set off a chain reaction until hundreds and then thousands of magical artifacts exploded all at once. The force of the blast disintegrated the Tower Eternal and radiated throughout the entire world. Earthquakes, volcano eruptions, and tsunamis killed half the population and split the land apart in an event now called the Fracturing. In the aftermath, new civilizations formed, and they could not be further apart in geography and ideals. Brightforge, a country of sturdy dwarves, Goliaths, and humans. They established a realm of tough fighting and wealth through the mining of metals and precious gems in their land of mountains, stone, and fortresses. Arista. With the obvious mistrust of magic now, users of the divine and arcane retreated to this beautiful part of the world, where open grass fields and rolling hills stretched for miles. Rulership was split between the Church of the Guiding Light and the rebuilt Tower Eternal. They built schools of magic, open to anyone with the ability to learn and develop their skills. Gale. Fiery deserts and strange volcanoes made up this land. Guilds of rogues, spies, and assassins rule the towns, while corrupt empresses fill their pockets by looking the other way. Falador. Luscious jungles and forests fill the country led by the elves. They seclude themselves from the rest of the world, venturing out but seldom allowing anyone to enter. And finally, a cluster of islands are all that's left in the location of the original Tower Eternal. A chaotic swirl of magic energy remains, breeding rumors that they're haunted. Although most of the countries try to stake a claim, none are successful. The area is simply known as the Forsaken Expanse. As always, history shifted to legend and myth, before falling out of common knowledge completely. The people forgot what happened, and life continued on. 500 years after the Fracturing, a small guild of heroes from around the world met in the Forsaken Expanse to protect the people once again attempting to colonize the islands. These heroes were members of the Order of Valor. While investigating an ever-shifting forest filled with whispering voices, they found an archway that was a gate to the Feywild and the Vault of Oblivion. They assembled the rulers of each country and told them of the discovery. With the task of finding and securing the 6 keys to the vault, they found themselves facing off against the rulers themselves, who had their individual agendas. One by one, the Order of Valor dealt with the 5 Titans, either through battle or clever diplomacy. And that is when the secret of the 6th entity came to light. Once again, the people of the world united against the forces of the Tower Eternal, along with a new army of creatures pouring out of the once-thought uninhabited ice mass known as Crate. With the entity now brought back to the world as an adult, the energies of all magic were briefly cut off. But thanks to the aid from allies they made along their journey, the heroes from the Order of Valor utilized compassion and found a way to communicate with the elf and sent him to a different plane of existence where he could live his life in peace. With magic restored, new portals opened to the Feywild, a vibrant reflection of Volaria filled with fantastical species. They were now free to roam Volaria as well. Up north, beings migrated to the icy tundra of the newly recognized country of Crate. In the turbulent seas, the underwater people of Pacina have rejoined the rest of the world. And with the shroud of magic energy fallen, the people of the island cluster prospered with new farmland and natural resources. Rather than becoming a colony under someone else's rule, they formed a democratic country named Wildfront. The world rejoiced in a time of peace and togetherness, in a time now known as the Age of Valor. But that peace will not last forever. Now, 100 years after the Age of Valor, tensions bubble just under the surface of Falador. King Rain Goldenwood I, former member of the Order of Valor, rules in a time of peace. But weary of war and conflict, he's turned a blind eye to the turmoil and injustice happening in the world. Rumors of revolts and invasion are whispered in corners, while ghosts of the past seek to threaten the world once again. Rain has given a vital task to his trusted council, known as the Ring of Peace. They are to handle the mysteries of Falador.